Welcome back to History of Simple Things. Today's topic comes from one of our curious viewers at Hallows4. Thanks for the suggestion. You asked, what's the difference between pink pepper and green pepper? If you've ever browsed the spice aisle and wondered why peppercorns come in so many colors, you're not alone. They may look similar, but these tiny spheres tell very different stories. One rooted in tropical vines, the other in South American trees. So, how did two completely different plants end up sharing the same name? And what truly sets them apart in flavor and history? Stick around as we uncover the colorful truth behind pink peppercorns versus green peppercorns right here on History of Simple Things. Let's start with a basic question. What are peppercorns really? True peppercorns, black, white, and green, all come from the same plant, Piper nigrum, also known as the black pepper vine. The difference between them isn't the plant itself, but when the berries are harvested and how they're processed afterward. Green peppercorns, for example, are unripe berries from the pepper vine. They're picked before they mature, while they're still young and fresh. This gives them a milder, fresher, almost herbal taste, kind of like a grassy version of black pepper. Now, here's where things get interesting. Pink peppercorns don't come from that same pepper plant at all. They actually come from an entirely different species. Most pink peppercorns come from either the Peruvian pepper tree, Chinus mole, or the Brazilian pepper tree, Chinus terebinthifolia. So, despite the name, pink peppercorns aren't real peppercorns. They just look similar enough to earn the title. Let's trace where these two come from. Green peppercorns originate from tropical regions, particularly India, Indonesia, and Thailand, where the black pepper vine thrives. These unripe berries are usually preserved right after harvest, often in brine or vinegar to keep their color and flavor from fading. Sometimes they're freeze-dried, giving you those green peppercorns you see in jars or pepper mixes. Pink peppercorns, meanwhile, come from South America, especially Peru and Brazil. The pink pepper trees were brought to other warm regions like Florida, Hawaii, and even Reunion Island, where they adapted easily. The trees produce small clusters of bright pink berries, not true pepper, but similar in shape and size. And here's a fun twist. The pink pepper tree is actually related to the cashew family. That might sound harmless, but for some people, especially those allergic to tree nuts, pink peppercorns can cause mild allergic reactions or throat irritation. It's rare, but it's worth noting. Now for the part that probably matters most. How do they taste? Green peppercorns have a bright, sharp, and slightly fruity flavor. They're not as pungent or spicy as black pepper. Instead, they bring a fresh, zesty heat that fades quickly. Imagine biting into something peppery but light, more like a burst of freshness than a punch of spice. Chefs love using green peppercorns in creamy sauces, especially the classic French steak au poivre, where the green peppercorns are crushed and mixed with cream, butter, and brandy to make a velvety pepper sauce. Their mildness blends beautifully with rich ingredients. On the other hand, pink peppercorns taste sweeter, fruitier, and more floral. They have a gentle peppery warmth, but without the sharp bite of black or green pepper. Some people say they remind them of berries with a hint of citrus. If black pepper is the bold, commanding spice, pink peppercorns are the delicate, aromatic whisper. Because of their unique sweetness, pink peppercorns are often used in desserts, cocktails, and even chocolates. They pair surprisingly well with strawberries, citrus fruits, and cheeses. It's that subtle blend of sweetness and spice that makes them stand out. If you're wondering when to use each type, here's how chefs usually treat them. Green peppercorns shine in savory dishes. They go great with meats, sauces, and creamy dishes. Think steak, pork chops, chicken in creamy mustard sauce, or even stir-fried seafood. They add a subtle, peppery heat without overpowering the main flavor. You can also crush them into salad dressings, marinades, or even mix them with lemon and butter for grilled fish. Their freshness lifts the dish rather than weighing it down. Pink peppercorns, on the other hand, are far more versatile, partly because of their unique aroma and mild flavor. They work in both sweet and savory dishes. You'll find them sprinkled over goat cheese, tossed in salads, or used as a garnish for cocktails. In desserts, chefs use them to elevate chocolate truffles, ice creams, and fruit tarts. They add that, what is that flavor surprise? Subtle warmth and perfume-like sweetness that stands out without being too spicy. And if you like experimenting, mix crushed pink peppercorns into gin or vodka cocktails. The flavor infuses beautifully, giving a floral, peppery note to your drink. If you're wondering when to use each type, here's how chefs usually treat them. Both kinds of peppercorns carry small nutritional benefits, though we usually eat them in tiny amounts. Green peppercorns, like black pepper, contain piperine, a natural compound that helps with digestion and has antioxidant properties. Piperine is also known to enhance the absorption of certain nutrients, like turmeric's curcumin. Pink peppercorns, while from a different family, also offer antioxidants and mild anti-inflammatory effects. However, because they belong to the cashew family, it's best for people with nut allergies to be cautious. Neither one is a miracle spice, but they do contribute small boosts to flavor and health, especially as natural alternatives to salt-heavy seasoning. So next time you're at the spice aisle and see those little jars of colorful peppercorns, you'll know they're more than just pretty decorations. They each tell a story, one rooted in tropical vines, the other in South American trees. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.